Hello everyone, so I'm going to be making a Rehearscore tutorial video about how to successfully use Rehearscore after we've rehearsed with Michael, so you can get all the details that you got from here into your practice with Rehearscore. So the most important piece of advice I can give to you is write everything down. Everything you think is important, everything that you maybe think might not be important and you think that you'll remember it, write it down anyway. It's always important. So every cutoff that you can do, I even wrote like don't rush because we were rushing at this part to accentuate the T. I also wrote diction at the top of here because it's something that we need to remember throughout the whole song. We're gonna come back to this, but the Z and cutting off on count 2, this short note, this fun little part over here, just anything that you think will help you remember things most. Like he said, a little decrescendo into a big crescendo. I circled this and wrote an arrow up to make sure I knew that I was going up into the higher note, and I wrote the counts in and when I would be going off, and off Y to show the diphthong, and pay. These are the same notes. There's hunger in the land off on beat 4. Just a lot of stuff, and that was only 3 pages worth. So clearly when you practice this on Rehearscore, it's not gonna have this much details in this. Here, if we just listen from 18 to the end of the phrase, which is 27, we learned that we're off on count 2 in measure 21. We're off here in 22 to not rush at this point. This note is shorter going into this one, the accentuated T, and off on count 2, and then waiting 2 counts, and a short living. A lot of stuff. So let's just listen to it just on Rehearscore without thinking of all of this, and see if you think you can get all of this just by listening to this. So we're gonna go to So that was what I just went over. I don't know about you, but I definitely was clueless about any specific details that could be incorporated. So now, taking into account all of this beautiful work that we did with Michael, it can sound a lot more clean and how Michael taught it to us. So I'm going to mark along with it so you can see how important the cutoffs are and how certain notes are shorter and the T's and everything that I just went over. Alright, so let's go. I might be a little, alright, 5, 6, 7, 8. Did I just, oh, I totally did. Don't worry, we're fine. That's all you can say for the life of the poor. It's a struggle, it's a war, and there's nothing that anyone's giving. One more day standing about, what is it for? One day less to be living. Yeah, kinda, sorta. It's easier to tell once you know that the cutoffs are on 2, and to really accentuate this T, and to make this shorter and not hold it out, unlike these where you hold it out a little bit longer. So that's just a quick example of that. One last thing that we're going to look at is this little section B over here, just to really, really focus on this Z and rise, because I don't know if you guys remember, but he really accentuated the point that this is a Z sound, and it's on count 2. So we're going to listen to it first, just on this, and see if you can really hear that Z sound on count 2. All right. I don't know about you, but I didn't hear the Z because it doesn't have lyrics. So, incorporating the lyrics that you've learned with the cutoff that you learned with the specific consonant that you were asked to accentuate, we're going to do this again with singing. We'll go from 36. Oh, it's a band. We'll make it work. At the end of the day, there's another day dawning, and the sun in the morning is waiting to rise. Yeah? Yeah? Alright, I think that about covers it. Just really make sure you write down as much as you can on what you think is important. Even if you don't think it's important, it's always important if it comes out of Michael's mouth, because he definitely spends a lot of time with what he wants this to sound like. So really taking care of your music, especially in a show with Les Mis, because, hello, literally the whole show is music. So really paying special attention to the little details in the music is so, so, so important, and I greatly encourage you to write down anything and everything you can to stay organized. Alright, I think that concludes my video. Thanks for watching, and I hope you definitely take some of my tips and tricks and incorporate that into your practicing. Alright, thank you. See you later.